and welcome to another episode of your favorite podcast. I mean, I don't know, with your hosts, myself, Jackie.
And Sana.
Episode 24. Here we
Wow.
are. We're almost at 25. Next week will be the big one. I say big one like something good is going to like...
Quarter of a century. We got to celebrate. There might be a cake, champagne.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Streamers, balloons.
Actually, we have a guest next week.
Oh, that's right. We do.
Yes.
We have a guest next week. And it's going to be a good topic.
It will be a good topic.
I'm very excited for that one. I forgot. All right. So let's just get right into it.
Let's get into it.
Weekend recap. Sana, what did we do this weekend?
We spent a lot of time together per usual.
We did.
Jackie just can't seem to stop hanging out with me.
Or you can't stop hanging out with me.
And I just try to get rid of her all the time. She just shows up. I don't know what to do. And
I'm like a bad rash.
Friday, we had a Galentine's event. It was 8 of us. We went to Postino in Irvine. Really cute spot. I think it recently opened.
Yeah. It was a great spot.
Yeah. The wines were they were priced really reasonably. Like each bottle was like $40-some.
Yeah. Split between 8 of us or really
No,
like,
each bottle was $40-some.
Right.
Yeah,
but then like...
Yeah, there's 8 of us.
There's 8 of us, so like it was very, very cheap
We
for
got
us.
6 bottles.
Yes, we went through 6 bottles of wine.
6 bottles. We got food. They had really good apps. It's more of a like small plates and apps type of place.
Yeah.
They don't really have like a full-on dinner.
Yeah.
I mean, they have like paninis and stuff, but it's more small plates.
And also pretty much everything does have cheese in it.
Yeah.
So if you're lactose intolerant or if you have a dairy allergy like poor Christine.
They have potato wedges.
They have sweet potato wedges, so you're fine. So don't complain.
They had some mushroom. Just don't eat the sauce. You know, there's ways around it. Cauliflower.
We don't want to hear it.
Yeah. There's but no, really cool spot if you're in the Orange County area.
Yeah.
Check it out.
It was great. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, so we did
I
that.
loved it. I'm going to go back.
Then we went back to Sugar Daddy Bar A because we had to show the other girls what it was about. But although I don't think there were really that many sugar daddies there that night.
No, there really weren't. Because we did a Friday night. So I'm wondering if, they need to get their rest and they can only go out one night a week and it's Saturday.
Yeah.
So there, really not a lot of sugar daddies at A, but really great time there.
Good time.
We continued to drink a little bit more. Mm-hmm. I don't know what happened though, because we had something to drink, and then somehow I ended up talking to this girl for like 20 minutes because her life was like falling apart.
Always.
And I don't. Yeah.
Was it in the bathroom?
No, which is really funny.
Bathroom.
It's always in the bathroom.
Yeah.
But no. And I ended up talking to her. I think it was only for 20. Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe it was longer because I was not.
Boyfriend problems.
Yeah, boyfriend problems. She was like, "Should I text my ex?" And I was like, "Fuck that guy." No, it was just
Listen
this
to
whole
my
thing.
podcast.
Yeah, I was like, "We talk about this all." She was like, "You have a pocket?" Like it was just crazy. So. Then I had left the group, and then when I came back to the group, everyone was on a good one. Sana was dancing her little disco heart away. There were some fun tunes playing, and she was all over the place. We'll throw up a clip for you all.
You know what?
She was picking up the phone on the host
I was a hostess
stand.
for the night, a hostess with the mostess.
She was all about it. Had to keep her from running off because she started to run away and go towards another portion of the bar. I was like, no, let's hang out here.
Jackie was trying to tame me. I was like, get out of here.
Yeah. She was like, no, let me live my life.
Let me live my life, yeah.
But it was a really great time. And then we ended up going to Joey's.
Regulars apparently. I usually don't hang out this much in Orange County, but
seriously,
you guys know where to find me. I'm at one of 2 places.
Friday or Saturday night, you know where to find us.
I'm at one of 2.
We're at one of 2.
Well, now it might be one of 3.
Right? We might just do this whole cycle.
Yeah.
Because it was a great night. No, we went to the Joey's. Yeah. Apparently we're regulars now. End of the night with some really good food because we were hungry. But no, it was a really fun night. Really great Galentine's.
It was really fun. And then Saturday, me and Aisha had some plans in West Hollywood, and we're like, nah, let's not do it.
No.
We decided to stay home, have like a little PJ night. Jackie came over. We ordered Taco Bell.
Yep.
Talked about bullshit.
Yep.
And had a great evening.
Yeah. Which, it kind of inspired the podcast today, but we'll get into that.
We'll get into that. And then Super Bowl Sunday.
Yes, Super Bowl Sunday. So what did you get up to?
I hung out with my family. I went to my aunt's house. Hung out with the babies.
Oh, the babies.
Yeah, there's 3 babies.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, so that was fun, and had to watch my girl Riri.
Oh, Rihanna. Her performance. What did we think? What were your thoughts?
I thought she looked gorgeous, first of all.
Of
you know,
course.
the
Yeah,
red was
beautiful.
the red was the lipstick, everything. The red looked really good on her skin.
Gorgeous makeup as always.
Yeah, I mean, Fenty, she had to come gorgeous. Yeah. It's also business for her at this point, so the makeup had to be.
Yeah, she's like, sponsored by Fenty.
Yeah. Did you see she took the little
Yeah, she took the little compact.
Yeah, I don't know, compact.
Like,
Yeah, at the end of the day, she's a businesswoman.
Very much so.
She knows what she's doing.
She knows what she's doing.
I thought the set was really cool. I thought the suspension was unique. I've never seen that at a Super Bowl, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Was shocked to see she was pregnant again.
Prego again.
When she first came out, I was like, no, like she's looking a little thick, but I think she like just hasn't lost the weight.
Well, she also had like a puffer on and stuff, so couldn't
but then
tell.
I was also like, but the placement was below the belly.
Yeah,
like if she was just trying to hide the weight, she would have zipped it up.
Yeah.
It's like purposeful.
Yeah.
But I was like, but she just had her baby. So I was shocked. But
pregnant again with baby number dose. Yeah.
Baby number dose. But no, I liked it. I thought her, she sang really well. It's been 7 years.
Yeah, she sang very well.
She sounded great. I think because she was pregnant, it wasn't the typical Super Bowl show. Like, it wasn't super high energy.
Right.
I loved all the songs she picked. She has so many hits that, like...
She's got a lot of hits.
Yeah,
she does. It's really funny because I
ton of hits.
Kind of didn't remember. I was like, oh, yeah. Oh, wait.
And that was not even all of the hits.
Yeah, that wasn't even everything.
She said she had, like, a really hard time...
deciding.
There was, like, a bunch of versions of the set list.
Yeah.
Because... there were just so many big songs she's had.
Yeah.
And she's had a pretty long career.
Yeah.
Because she started young.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
I was disappointed because I thought there would be a guest appearance.
Yeah.
Because usually at the Super Bowl, they have somebody.
That's my whole thing is I was very underwhelmed by it. Of course, vocals were great. Yeah. The choreography was amazing. The dancers were really cool to see.
The dancers were cool.
Obviously, she's pregnant, so I'm not going to expect a pregnant woman to like be
jump
like
up and down,
bouncing around, twerking around, and vibrating everywhere, obviously. But I thought, that she would, because she's collabed with so many great people.
Artists, yeah.
So I thought, and like Jay-Z was there, so I thought he was going to pop up.
Drake. I
thought he was going to, maybe Eminem. Like she's had so many cool collaborations. So I was very underwhelmed. The best way I can describe it is it was a great Grammy performance.
Yeah.
That's how I felt.
I felt because it's been so long, I think that's why she probably didn't want to guess. She probably wanted her moment. And I think a lot of the moment was like, my guest is my baby.
Yeah, see, which is like a little, I don't know. I mean, granted, it's fair because she doesn't get paid for it.
Yeah.
And most artists don't, which, like, fun fact.
You don't get paid for
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Because of kind of just the residual, like, or just you're in front of millions. They're forced to watch you. And
it's an honor, honestly.
Yeah, it really is
an honor. It's
the
most watched event.
Yes, it's the most watched event. Like, it's an honor to be, and then again, people have, it's that concentrated focus on you. Mm-hmm. And the residuals that you get from that, in your ticket sales, concerts, other collabs, whatever, is so incredible. So granted, she didn't get paid for it. However, I don't know. It just, again, Super Bowl, it's supposed to be a circus. It's supposed to be over the top crazy. There's supposed to be pyrotechnics and this and that and stage, and then this artist pops up and this artist. So I don't know. I thought the suspension was cool, but I thought like, oh wow, that was a really cool opening shot. And then that was it. There was no depth to the show. It was cool to hear her sing and to see her. And again, her vocals were great. She looked amazing, but meh.
I understand. There's a lot of mixed reviews about it, and I understand. I just have a hard time because I love her.
I know. Well, we do love Rihanna. We are fans.
I'm a big fan.
But no, so same. I just had family over. It was just kind of easy peasy. We enjoy it. The commercials, kind of disappointing in the commercials. Nothing really great this year.
Okay.
They were okay. There was a couple like, nah.
The Tubi one that everybody's talking about.
Oh, the Tubi one where everyone had that shared experience where they start pointing the finger.
Who pressed the button?
If you really want to see who the most hated person in your family is, just everyone look at what your reaction was when the Tubi commercial came out.
It's so true.
For me, it was my mother. We were all like, Mom,
Susan!
Yeah. We're all like, Susan.
Why are you sitting on the remote?
Like, I'm not. So shout out to Mama Susan because we all were like, Mom! Like, yeah, I love how we all had that shared experience. Just shows how hostile we are. It was very clever. Yeah. But also dangerous to be messing with people thinking that the channel changed. I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah. But I like that. They did something different.
Something different, something
and it's
fun.
Something memorable. Look, everybody's talking about it. That's the one commercial everybody's talking about.
True. Very true. No, it was cool. Yeah, super chill weekend, but I always enjoy the Super Bowl. I think it's fun. I watch it every single year. I love to see the commercials. I love the halftime show.
Yeah.
I thought the game was even
Or just even
fun.
hanging out is fun.
Yeah, just hanging out is fun. Eating crappy food.
I know. I made some good nachos. And I ate them afterwards. The nachos. I layered that thing.
Delish. I know I made some spinach artichoke dip. We had chili cheese dog. It was just fun. I watch it from start to finish.
It was actually a good game.
It was a really good game. It was actually very exciting.
Close. Yeah.
That's my thing. I hate when Super Bowl games
it's too easy.
One team completely dominates. You're like, okay, well, who made a deal to lose?
Yeah.
Also
the mom that had both the sons playing.
Yes, she had two of her sons playing.
That's really cool to have both your sons.
That's incredible.
Not only in the NFL, but both at Super Bowl at the same time.
Yeah. If you want to know how inadequate your children are, you didn't have two sons,
two athletes,
not even just two, but two professional football players playing on two teams that were then in the Super Bowl.
I loved her little jacket.
Oh yeah, it was so cute, supporting both. Yeah. Such a mom thing to do.
There was actually a really sweet video because I forgot his name, the son that lost.
Oh yeah,
but you could see when he hugged his mom. You could just see all the emotions come out. That's his safe place. His face just changed when he saw his mom.
Sweet.
It was so sweet.
Oh,
video.
That is sweet. No, that's incredible. I mean, to not only just have one kid actually make it to a pro position, but to have two playing on NFL teams and actual
she's a first mom.
Starters,
history.
I think too. Yeah, first mom in history. So that's really cool.
That is cool.
But great fun weekend.
It was fun.
Yeah, it's cool to see. Love the Super Bowl. Always enjoy it. So let's get into today's topic.
Let's do it.
We said that we were inspired by our little hangout on Saturday night with Aisha and stuff, and we were kind of just talking. But we were kind of talking about, I don't know about everyone else's FYPs.
I think a lot of the females, it must be like this.
Yeah, because we were talking about this, the three of us collectively, and how a lot on our social media, especially TikTok, there's a lot of talk about feminine energy and then masculine energy.
And how to operate in them. And there's a lot of talks about girls, you're not operating in your feminine energy, and that's what's affecting your dating life.
Right.
And then that I think a lot of us women are like, I want to be an independent woman. Yes. I want no man. Yeah. And that's actually backfiring for us.
It is. And how there's a difference between hyper independence, which is plays to your masculine, versus actually just being strong, but being strong and knowing who you are, which is actually feminine.
Yeah.
And then we were really talking about it because we got sent a video by a friend of the pod, Bianca. And we're going to play it because it was such an interesting video.
It was so interesting.
And it was kind of talking about how you know when a man is in his feminine, which is interesting because this is something that we're actually all dealing with, but I don't think any of us recognized it. So we're going to play it for you right now.
All right, let's play it.
Here's a quick way you can tell on social media or dating apps if a man is hyper feminine or if he's more in his masculine energy. Here we're going to be looking at camera angles, facial expressions,
We've seen so
and
many
posture. When a man is leading more in his feminine energy, he's more likely to play with the camera. As you can see here, the camera is pointed up and he's looking up at it. Oftentimes it's pointed down and they're looking down at it. As I mentioned in my previous video, that's a big red flag. Usually leads to arrogance, misogyny, even narcissism. Another quick read is playing with the chin, bending the neck, whether that be up or down. An empowered masculine has their chin and their crown aligned, and that reads through photos. That goes for most empowered individuals. However, to flirt and to seduce, that's feminine energy, that playfulness. So that's where we can start to tilt and bat the eyelashes. This next bit I don't think needs much explaining, but any kind of
we know this
strong facial expressions, whether that be kissy faces, the goofball. Yes, sorry, it still reads feminine, but definitely any kind of smirk, squint, no. Any kind of squeeze or tension up here, it's no good. There's something called a narcissistic squint. Okay, look it up, it is a thing. But if you know, you know. This, it never leads to anything good. A primal masculine man would rather crop his head out of a photo of 20 people than ever take any of the photos I just showed you.
So so true. Everything that she has said is so true, so accurate. And on Saturday, we were like, let's test this.
Let's test this because I've been really against getting back on the apps.
Yes.
I'm just like, no, this is not for me.
Yeah.
I'm just not into it. But then talking and having these conversations, and I was like, all right, let me just get back on.
Yeah.
Let's just do research.
Let's just do research, and it'll be good for the pod.
It'll be good for the pod. Let's just see what's out there again, because it's been a minute.
Yes. And
since I've been back on the scene.
Yes. And we also wanted to see, like, I wonder if this truly is, like, if this is true. Because we both, now hindsight, right? Hindsight's 2020. We both have had situations that we've been in, and we were like, oh my God, looking back on their socials or their dating profile.
Or how they post.
They post. I know for me, if you've been listening, you all are aware of my 5-year situationship with the pilot. And it really made sense because his pictures were kind of a little bit of both.
He would do the kissy face.
He would do the kissy face. And I didn't like it. And he would do the tilt. And I don't like it. And even in our last episode, we said something about it being cringe. And this is why it's cringe. It's because it's feminine. It's feminine energy.
Yeah.
But then he would also have a couple of pictures where his again, the crown and the chin were aligned. And that is totally him. There are times where he's very like masculine, but then there's other times where he's 100% operating in the feminine and like the narcissistic tendencies.
Totally.
And so it was like, oh my God. So Sana downloaded Hinge.
I sacrificed myself.
She sacrificed herself. Sacrificial lamb over here.
So, I was like, let's drop the pin in different locations. Let's just experiment.
Like, let's just see.
We started in Seattle. Seattle actually wasn't bad.
Yes.
I thought Seattle had
some.
They had some good put together men. Yeah. They're too far, but I don't think there was a lot of feminine energy.
Not a ton. I will say Seattle had a more masculine energy. Not a lot of the tilts, the kissy, not really any of the goofy. We even saw some that they did cut themselves out of crop themselves, out of a picture to put on there. So,
it's only been 2 days, so I haven't done enough market research yet. Yeah. I'm still working on it, ladies. Okay?
Working across the country.
I'm working across the country. I'm going to let you know where the most eligible men are. But anyways, I already knew what I was going to find if I dropped it in LA. Like, I already knew you're going to get heavy curated profiles.
Yes.
You're going to get the influencer guys. You're going to get those type of... I didn't want to drop it there. So I was like, somewhere near but far. Let's drop it in San Diego.
Yeah.
So I've been in San Diego for like a day and a half now. And San Diego, I will say, I was shocked because a lot of the San Diego guys are over 6 feet, ladies. A lot of them are over 6 feet.
We love.
I came across some 6'8"ers, 6'4"s. Like, it was becoming a standard of 6 and above. They could be lying.
6 feet and above. Yeah.
But I was like,
there could be is
this where all the tall guys are hiding in San Diego?
Maybe.
In California? I have no idea.
I don't know.
So, but there, I did notice, like, so old me, before I became more aware of this.
Before you were educated.
Before I was educated and matured and just gone through life experiences. I would go after the heavy curated profiles.
Yes.
Because for some reason, those are generally like, they just look attractive. They look like, I don't know. Something, maybe because it's feminine, so I'm like, I don't know.
Well, again, this makes sense because it's the curated, so visually it is more appealing.
Visually, it's more appealing.
It's an aesthetic, and if anyone knows Sana loves a good aesthetic.
Yeah.
And no shade because we all do, but also I think that
they're also better at posing, so I feel like they end up looking better. And a lot of guys are not very photogenic.
Right. Or they don't know.
Especially the more masculine guys, which, don't at me.
Right.
They're not as playful with the camera.
Right.
They're a little more awkward with the camera. They're a little like, if I look at my brothers, I showed you my brothers.
Yeah.
We were comparing. I was
Instagram,
like, okay, like look at my brother's Instagram that he never uses, but it's so stupid.
Yeah.
And I love when a guy has a stupid social media because it's like.
That's a green flag.
That is a huge green flag because it doesn't matter to you. It's like something like you post for fun.
But again, the reason
curated.
Well, the reason why is because then it's masculine.
Yeah.
It's not coming off in that feminine energy. And that's what repels us now that it's really funny because it doesn't repel us in the beginning. But then once you get to know them and you start recognizing that they are very feminine and operating in very feminine energy, that's when you get turned off. And then you go back to the profile and you're like, oh my God,
why didn't I see it?
This was such a red flag. So, but you did find yourself.
Yeah, like before my last relationship, or even like just me on Instagram and just looking at profiles, yeah, I would be like, oh, like, because I think
captivated by
very captivated, because it's like they do end up appearing well on their page. They look
cohesive.
They look a little bougie. They like, but it's true. It's not, no good thing ever comes from, like she said, no good thing ever comes from a guy like this.
Right.
And again, obviously it's not going to be 100% of the time, but like 90% of the time.
90% of the time. So, but it was interesting because as you were, because we were making her scroll through Hinge. With us.
We literally, we broadcasted on my TV.
Yeah.
And we were like, yes, no.
Yes, no, yes. Yeah.
It was fun.
It was a great time. But we started, and it was really interesting though, because on the ones that we normally would have said yes to, we started saying no, because we were looking at it from that perspective of masculine energy versus feminine energy. And the ones that we were saying no to based off of that, a lot of their answers were super shitty.
Yeah.
And they weren't looking for anything serious. The answers were just kind of, they were too jokey, or they didn't have anything about themselves or what they were looking for. Like everything was very surface level. And it was like, interesting. This makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, and I haven't been on the apps, like there's like different things, but now it's like you can choose what you're looking for, and a lot of them have long-term but open to short. Like what the hell does that mean?
Yeah, like looking for a long-term relationship,
but open to
short-term.
It's like you are only open to short-term, but you're trying to like linger in the girls that are hoping that you're going to long-term them.
Right.
It's no, I don't like that.
It's no. But but it was very interesting, and it kind of made us think about, this is maybe the reason if you struggle with, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
Why do I
always go with the bad guys?
Yes. Why do I find,
or don't give me the time of day?
Right. I find the fuck boys. I find, just the dummies out there. Why do I basically keep choosing the wrong men? And the reason could be is because that you are not in your feminine energy. You are in your masculine. And so then you are attracting the feminine.
100.
So, again, I think we've all heard the feminine energy going around. So we kind of want to break it down. Like, what does feminine energy actually mean? And this is a very small snippet, because I think it could mean, I don't think it can mean a lot to different people, but I think other people have different definitions or some more added things.
I mean, there's tons of videos on social media.
Tons of videos.
If you want a deeper dive,
yes.
There's videos from men and women about this.
Yes. But basically, feminine energy really is your set of standards of how you're treated. It's also receiving. A woman and her feminine energy receives. It's being vulnerable and open and trusting, and can open up and express your feelings.
Yeah, there's nothing's wrong. I'm fine. You should know what you did.
There's no passive aggressive nature.
Yeah, no passive aggressive nature.
There is, again, a strength, right? To being able to open up and express in a mature fashion. It's also nurturing. And really what it truly is you know your worth in who you are in totality. So all of this is not rooted in pleasing a man, male validation. It's not rooted in how am I going to get him obsessed with me, or how can I manipulate a man. That is not it. It is truly knowing who you are, knowing your worth, knowing your standards, and being confident in that, and having just that kind of quiet strength about you. And what's interesting about this actually is that it's actually very heavily rooted in inner healing. And this is why it's very important, everyone. If I've said it once, I've said it a million times. Go to therapy. Go to therapy, because that's truly what it's rooted in. And that's actually what I'm recognizing is a lot of my issues kind of are rooted in male validation. Like I do things to seek male validation. It all stems from childhood, blah, blah, blah. We'll talk about it another time. But now as I'm going through therapy and going through the healing, I can now have that quiet confidence. I can now sit there and not give things, constantly give in order to receive male validation. But now I think I'm getting into more of an era of receiving. And this is also different from femininity. Like feminine energy.
It's different, yeah.
Yes, is not the same as femininity.
Yeah.
So.
Because one is action and one is how you kind of present yourself.
Yes. Femininity is like.
Looking girly, dressing girly, not being a tomboy.
Yes, all of that.
All aesthetically.
Yes. The makeup, everything you choose to wear. So just because if you're just like, oh, I'm not a really girly girl, which is fine. That's just what you choose, right? Your likes, dislikes. But it doesn't mean that you can't be in feminine energy. That is completely separate. And so on the flip side, what does masculine energy look like? It's really funny because I feel like if you line them up, you would see how they're opposite, but they're complementary.
They balance, yeah.
Exactly. So just like masculine energy, and again, this isn't like a comprehensive list. Like,
this is
just little snippets, everyone. But masculine that loves to protect, which is part of feminine energy is feeling safe. They love to provide, right?
We want to receive.
Yes. They like to they respect is big for masculine men.
I think praise too.
Praise, absolutely. They need to feel needed. That's a big one. They need to feel like they are fulfilling a role. They're doing something for you, which again goes back to the receiving. And then the biggest one, I think for me, I don't know about you, masculine energy earns. And just again, it balances out our receiving.
Yeah.
And so I think this one is the most important out of all of it. And a reason why I think that everyone needs to, if you're listening, you need to kind of understand why this is so important is because if you put it in terms of like a man who is willingly accepts a handout, someone can just give him money or give him his life and he's totally fine with that. That is such a turnoff.
I completely agree. A guy that has ambition and drive,
yes,
that will work to the bone,
yes,
is no matter the struggle, but a guy that's willing to go through the struggle,
yes,
is so attractive.
Yes. A man that wants to earn his money, wants to earn his place, wants to earn what he has, that is incredibly attractive because that's the natural masculine. And this is why it's so important to understand this because it also plays into you. Men like earning things. That's the masculine energy. They want to earn. So when you're not in your feminine energy, which receives, and you're in your masculine, you just give. Yep. You just give and give and give.
And that's why it's not working out. And that's why what ends up happening is you're chasing them.
Yes. You start pursuing. You start chasing. And also remember that what a man earns, he values. If a man earns something, that means something to him. It's a value for him.
Yeah.
He does what he has to do to keep it.
Yep.
He doesn't let it go. He doesn't let it fall by the wayside. Same with you, ladies. Listen up. If he has to earn you and he knows that he put in work, he's going to value that. He's going to value who you are in totality.
Well, it completely makes sense to why there's so many situationships.
Yes.
Because us girls think that by like giving so much and pursuit and all of that we're going to get them, where it's actually, no, it's quite the opposite that's happening.
Exactly. And that's what's so interesting because I never thought about it that way. And now that we were kind of doing research and talking about it, I was like, oh, that's basically what a fuckboy is.
Yeah.
He's a little bitch.
But that's it, right?
He's a girl.
You're acting in your masculine.
Yes.
So you're attracting someone who's acting in their feminine. Like it literally hand in hand.
Yes. And that was such like a light bulb went off for me. And why there's so many situationships, like you said, is because typically when you're in a situationship, you're with a fuckboy. And again, what is a fuckboy like? He does the playful, like feminine head tilts. He wants to be adored. He wants to be pursued. He wants to be chased. Which is everything that a woman or feminine energy wants, which is what you should be operating in as a woman. And so it makes so much sense.
It makes so much sense. Like, we literally saw a video and it was like a light bulb where it's like, you do know when you act like this, you're attracting the feminine guys.
Yes. We saw a video on TikTok.
The guys in feminine energy. Yeah.
Yes. And he was talking about like, this is, because again, you're just the question could be like, well, then why is it so harmful? And it's like, well, because this is what you attract. So when you're, again, the hyper independence, the I don't need no man, like, no, it's not about like not needing a man. That's not it. Like, I understand like what women are saying.
Like, I can do it myself.
I can do it myself, which is fine. But your feminine energy should want to receive a man's, fighting for it or showing you that he brings something, as far as like help, or he can do something for you. Like, that is just what a man wants to do. So when you're operating that, when you're in the hyper feminism, when you're just like, I'm a boss ass bitch, I don't need you, but you are operating in masculine energy. And I saw another TikToker say, which is interesting, that like when it comes to dating and just romantic relationships in general, we're not like, yes, you're dating people, but you also have to remember that there is an exchange of energies. It is very much an energy, shift and push and pull.
Yeah.
And that's what you're dating.
Yeah.
So if you come into it with your masculine, what are you attracting?
The complete opposite.
The complete opposite, right? Positive and negative, right? Like, type of thing or whatever. But like when you're just sitting there, like, that's what you're going to attract. You're going to start attracting fuckboys. So if you have a problem and you're like, why do I keep choosing the wrong man?
Literally me. Well, not like currently, but in the past.
Yes, yeah. But in the past.
Yes. I haven't really been dating, but like in the past. But no, it makes so much sense about how we act, which is the result of how they act.
Mm-hmm.
And
no, it's true.
Yeah, it's
very much, it's because when you start applying it to the past situations in your life, you're like,
it all made sense. You're like, oh my God.
Yeah, you feel so attacked by yourself, by your own choices.
Yeah, well, I think also society for a bit kind of brainwashed us girls. Like, you need to be independent. It was like almost a movement of like, I don't need no man. I can do that myself. And like, I feel like part of us have been trained a bit to like we thought that was attractive. Like, for me, I always thought a hyper independent woman was attractive.
Right.
I thought a woman that could do things by herself without a man was attractive to men.
Well, I think you bring up a good point, and I think it needs to be addressed because there is power in being independent. We're not.
No, yeah. Nobody wants a partner that is super dependent and cannot do anything for themselves.
Right.
But I always thought it was attractive when a woman just handled everything.
Right. And it's not. It's attractive to other women. It's attractive to other feminine energy.
Yeah.
Right. And that's not what you want. You don't want a man that is okay with you providing, with you doing everything, with you, protect, provide, all of that, all of the masculine. If he does, you got yourself a bitch. You're like that TikTok. You're in a lesbian relationship.
No, but it's true. Like, I love the way this has been put out because I, for the longest time, was like,
yes,
men like a hyper independent woman.
Yeah.
And it's not true.
No,
because
it's not.
You to find a guy that's going to be masculine on top of that is not going to happen.
No, that's not going to happen. Yeah. And then you might even get into like controlling and jealous and kind of crazy. But no, it's so true that we have been conditioned with this constant.
Yeah, condition's the right word. Condition.
You need to be hyper independent. You're a boss ass bitch. You can do it on your own. You don't need no man. Like, I make my own money. I don't need a man's money. It's not about that. It's not. It's 100% of true femininity or feminine energy. It's not about that. And even being with a man and being mature, it's not that I need you. It's I would like you in my life. I don't need any of that. But again, a man should be coming and earning that spot in your life. And, you should be, but again, you shouldn't be operating in that like, oh, that's weak. Being, having that feminine energy is weak. And, no, you should be open and vulnerable and trusting, not right off the bat.
Yeah, no, you should have some sort of guard up.
Yes.
But just
you should be cautious, right? You need to be cautious where you're stepping. And again, not giving full access
Yeah, I think that's a big one, is the earn, right? When you give full access, when you give so much so quick, then you run into these situations where, like you said, they haven't earned it, they don't value it, they don't respect it. And that's when you run into the situationship, and that's when you run into the, what are we now? All the girls are like, so what are we?
Exactly.
When then, because they're not giving it to you, you're trying to figure out what's the issue, and you're pursuing, and you're chasing, and it's just leads to nowhere.
No,
it's like a downward spiral from there.
Absolutely. That's the thing. I think that's another kind of, I think, issue that women are running into is that we are giving way too much at the beginning.
Too quickly.
Not
even like physically, just emotionally.
No, just emotionally. And that's, you have to really guard that. And I mean, you should guard it physically as well, but really emotionally.
Yeah, no, emotionally, because you always say it is hard for men to find women that they can have emotional, mature conversations with where they can open up.
Yes.
Because it's easy for them to find someone to sleep with.
Yes.
But the reason they hold on to you and keep talking to you is because it's hard to find smart women that can offer them advice, listen to them, and all of those things. Yeah. So they hold on to that, but they don't give you more than that. Right. They just take you for what they need.
Yep.
And then
that's it.
That's it.
And we've had situations.
Many. Like, how many situations where it's like, hey, I'm not looking for something more, but I still want to keep talking to you. I still want to keep hanging out with you. And it's like, I still want all of that from you, but
I'm not going to do anything to earn it.
Yeah. Or I'm not giving you anything in return.
Right. But that's the thing. Yeah. I'm not going to earn it. I'm not going to operate in my masculine. I'm not going to, provide in a way, make you feel safe. I'm not going to, again, earn these things.
It's wild to me. We literally hear guys constantly tell females that it's like, I'm not looking for anything serious, but I want to talk to you every day.
Yes. Well, that was me and my situationship.
I've been in a few of these where it's like, for what?
Yeah.
What do you want to talk to me every day for?
Right. Because it's very difficult for men to find. First of all, women, you need to remember, men were not raised like us. When we were younger, and this is kind of just what happens with little girls, is we're raised to balance our emotions, to talk things through. That's why we can be happy and sad all at the same time, crying and laughing, like we're psychopaths. But because we're taught how to do that, we're rooted in that kind of dual functionality. And men are not. Men are not encouraged to even really share their emotions, talk about their feelings. Looks weak. Yes, it looks weak, which it's not. Being vulnerable is not weak. Those are two very different things. They're not synonymous with each other. And so they don't know how to do any of that. So then that is why they are even attracted to you and your feminine, because feminine, like we said, is nurturing and it's loving. And I'm not saying that a man can't be that either, but they're just shown in different ways. Mm-hmm. So for a woman, it's shown to a man by we're asking like, oh, like, I'm sorry you feel that way, or gosh, that must have been really hard. We're validating them. We're saying that, yes, your experience is hard, or we're acknowledging that they work really hard and that might be very tiring or whatever it is. And not even for us, not even in a romantic relationship. It's just, I'm acknowledging what you're doing on your day in, day out. And then they get a taste of that and they're like, well, shit.
Yeah.
I really like this.
No, totally.
This is delicious.
Yeah.
And they don't want to let it go. But what we have to remember is that is still earned because that is you in totality. What men have to earn you in your whole totality. That is everything.
Yeah.
That is your nurturing. That's your, your openness, your trust, your feelings, the vulnerability.
Openness and vulnerability are a big one.
Yes. But they have to earn that.
And that's one thing we spoke about even recently, like a few months ago or like 6 months ago, where I would think that like, oh my God, we went on a date and like we were together for like 6 hours. And then, I was telling Jackie, I was like, I don't see anything is wrong with it. And Jackie's like, that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, why? Like in my mind, I'm like, oh, we just had that type of connection.
We had that connection.
Which is, she's like, we got a little argument. I was like, no, like, I don't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, you should not be giving yourself to someone that much emotionally, openness, or anything that quickly. They haven't earned that from you.
They haven't earned it. Yes.
And that's, to me, I used to be like, oh no, it's because the conversation kept flowing. We're vibing. I'm just, I feel comfortable. Like we're talking about all these things. And she'd be like, no, that you have to cut it off. You go, you have dinner and everything, and then you leave. You don't like off the bat just spill everything on the table.
Just give him access to you and access to your time. And again, who you are, everything. That's, that's sharing things about your life. Again, that vulnerability, that trust, the
it was
safety,
too easy.
Too easy.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying, and again, nobody get this confused with being like, oh, well, then you're saying to be manipulative. Like, no, stop it. It's not about being manipulative. Yeah. No, we do not support manipulation. I absolutely do not. I hate a manipulative woman. It's not about being manipulative. It is about letting a man know my standards, because that's feminine energy. These are my standards, and part of my standards and part of the feminine energy, you have to earn it.
Yeah.
You have to earn a place at this dinner table with me. You have to earn a place in my life, because what I have to offer you is everything. And if you have done the work, your internal work, because that's where it comes from, you're not doing it from a place of male validation. You're not doing it from then a place of, I'm scared he's going to leave. Or, well, that's what makes him like addicted to me or obsessed with me. Like, no, it's not about that. It's just, no, you want access to all of me? Well, then you got to earn that access.
You said it right. I think that happens, right? As females think that if I do this for him, or I need to do this for him to keep being interested, which is not.
And guess
it's
what?
the complete opposite.
When someone is holding on really, really, really tight, that's because they're in fear.
They already know it's gone.
You don't hold on to something when you like super, super tight like that. When you are in, what's the word? When you know for sure.
Yeah.
Right? Can't think of the word. I don't know. I'm blanking. I'm an idiot. But when you're in fear, that's when you really hold on
for dear life.
Yes. You're just like, oh my God, I can't let this. And you start acting right based off of fear.
Yeah.
And no, it's just, men, I think everyone needs to remember, or all women need to remember, men like to earn. So if you have someone in your life right now who is not actively trying to earn their spot in your life, and showing you that they are worthy of that trust and that they are a safe space because they are that protector, and they have a lot to give you and offer you so that you can receive that, cut them off.
We just had a friend tell us that, I've been talking to this guy for a while, and he's saying that he's not at a place to give her more.
Right.
And me and Jackie both said, no, there's no reason to be talking every day.
No. And that's exactly what we told her. We're like, he doesn't get access to you.
Yeah.
He doesn't get access to all of your feminine energy. He doesn't get access to that because he has not earned it. Just because you want to talk to me every day, obviously, I'm amazing. Of course you would, because I'm nurturing. Because again, of course you're attracted to that.
Yeah.
But you're not. And that's another thing. Don't get bamboozled. Just because they may be doing like one masculine thing doesn't mean that they're fully operating their masculine energy too. The one doesn't equal all, basically. Yeah. So sure, he may be honest. In this situation, he was honest with our friend and said, I'm not able to. I've got a lot of things going on. I just want to lay it out there. We appreciate that. We appreciate honesty. Which to me, though, that's just like a basic human, thing. That's just having good character. But then the true masculine, I think, would have been, so because I can't give you anything,
it's not fair that I lead you on.
It's not fair then that I ask you to give to me. Yeah. So I'm going to pull back. I'm going to remove myself from the situation. I hope that when my life kind of reorganizes itself, I hope you're still here. Would that be okay if I reach back out to you? Mm-hmm. That would be true masculine energy. Not, well, I know that I can't give you anything. I can't earn. I have nothing to kind of give. It's like, I want VIP access. I don't have the money to buy the ticket.
Yeah.
But I still want to be in that spot.
100.
Absolutely
Best
not.
Analogy.
Absolutely not. You try going and getting access to a VIP spot and you tell them, I don't got the money for this.
No.
But I still want to be there. They're going to tell you, kick rocks, buddy. Like,
Ladies.
Everyone go try that Coachella and tell me how it works out.
Literally. Ladies, we're telling them all to kick rocks.
Yes.
If anybody tells you that doesn't mean, I think women are like, the problem is we're always like, we can change his mind.
No, you cannot. Ladies, you are the VIP section at Coachella.
Yeah.
No one gets access unless they can pay for it, unless they can earn it. So what makes the VIP access at Coachella more important than all of you? Right? So let's start holding men to a different standard. And with that, we hold ourselves to a different standard. Again, doing that inner work. I know I sound like a broken record, and I know it's because I'm probably going through it. But this is how, so you're like, okay, sure, cool. You've told us everything, but truly, how do I get that? Well, you do the inner work because you have to make sure it's not coming from male validation. This 100%. This is why we give the fool who's like, I don't have any money, but I want VIP access. And we're like, okay.
Yeah.
Because we just want people to be there. We just want people to be like, see, people want to be here. People want to be in the VIP. See, it must be good. It must be good. If people want to be in here, no. No, we're not doing that anymore. It's a new year.
Girl.
We're not doing this.
Everybody listen to Jackie.
We're not doing this.
She's laying this out beautifully right now.
I'm speaking to myself. We're not doing this anymore.
Though. We're not.
We're not. Because it's not worth it. It's not worth sacrificing everything that we are. And also, this is why I also challenge everyone to do the inner work. Because once you start seeing how much money you have to spend on therapy, how much work it actually takes to actively choose different thought patterns and mindsets and all the crying you go through and all the emotional work that is so taxing, also being told that a lot of things are your fault in the most gentle way. Once you've gone through all that, I guarantee you will never want another man who cannot match that, who cannot earn that, who hasn't done the work himself.
Yeah.
You just don't. It's like one of your kind of, I wouldn't say like deal breakers, but is you want someone who is active in fitness as well. You want someone who matches that energy. And I think you recognize it, not just from a health standpoint, but I think it's also because you know how much energy it takes, the discipline.
To me, it's all about discipline.
Yes.
And I even saw something that if you're someone that can get up no matter what, no matter raining, shining, whatever, and have the discipline to do it every day, it's about discipline.
Yeah.
Having the grit, the strength, the mindset.
But you're also doing it. So
you have to be doing what you want.
Right. But you know what it takes.
I know what it takes.
And you know the dedication that it takes. So you want someone that look, if I'm doing this for myself, I want someone to match that. Mm-hmm. I want someone who does the same thing. And that's fair.
Yeah.
And so again, why is that more important than your heart? You know what? If you're doing the work on yourself, and if you're, leading this life where you're, again, working through your issues and trauma, and so that you can be in your feminine and truly be what you need to be, and that nurturing and be able to receive and being open. Yeah. Why the hell are you going to squander that on some dipshit who has done nothing? Who wants you to do that? Who wants you to pursue them and chase them?
Ladies, is that attractive?
No. No. Let's be better. Ladies, let's just be better. We need to be better. We need to do better for ourselves.
First step is recognizing.
If they're not showing you that they want to earn it, move on. Mm-hmm. It sucks. It hurts. Because there's so much hope that goes into it.
But you guys have to realize it has nothing to do with you.
But it's truly.
It has nothing to do with you.
And also, that man is in his feminine energy. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to be the man in this relationship. I don't. I want to be taken care of. I want a man to earn me. I want him to, make himself trustworthy, because I'm open to trusting. I'm open to being vulnerable. Yeah. And again, all the work that I've been doing, I'm not saying it's perfect, but all the work that I'm doing, are you fucking kidding me? To give that up to some fool?
Yeah, Absolutely not. I think that's getting into another thing too, but I think it's also important why you should not jump from relationship to relationship.
Yes.
You need to heal. You need to self-reflect.
Yes.
You need to do a lot before you just decide to jump into something.
Absolutely. Because to be in a I think, a harmonious relationship, there needs to be the balance of both the masculine and the feminine. They balance each other out, and they both have their place. You can't have two existing in the same space. It's not going to work.
It's not.
And you also shouldn't be crisscrossed, right? Like, your wires shouldn't be crossed.
I mean, it could work, but
if you're, so that's the thing. If you're having a hard time, if you're just like, I don't know what the hell's happening, I don't know why I can't find a good man. No, there are good men out there.
Totally.
But again, it's because we've all been operating in our masculine. We've been brainwashed. We've been told that this is what is so wanted and desired and blah, 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 blah. And listen, you do you. At the end of the day, you do you. If you want to be a boss-ass bitch and you're just like, no, I want to be that, like, masculine, like, all that, whatever, you do it. But if you are looking for a good guy, if you're like, no, I want to be pursued. I want to be chased. That's the thing. Pursuit, you go and you pursue something that you desire. What do most women desire? I know for me, I desire to be desired.
100%.
And a man pursues. Again, there's always this complimentary. I mean, I swear to God, list it out. Like, you will see it.
It is.
But that's the thing. And then once a man does earn it and you're able to give it, it's like a sign of respect to him, right? And it's acknowledging his effort. It's acknowledging the hard work it takes to keep you. And once again, if a man earns something, he values it. He respects it. You take a look at any man in his car. What if he had to earn that car? Anything, honestly, that he has, his house, his space, his golf clubs. If he had to earn that shit, look at the way he treats it. He takes care of it. He makes sure that car is washed and detailed, spick and span, not one scratch. Those golf clubs are always taken care of. They're protected, polished, whatever else you do to golf clubs. I don't even know. His home, it's, the lawn's taken care of, like, the house is clean. Like, they will value it. That is, like, the number one thing I can say is that if you're not being valued, that means he didn't earn you. Mm-hmm. That means that you just gave it up and whatever. And I'm not saying just in sex, but you gave everything up.
Yeah. A lot of things are emotionally, not physically. A lot of things are emotionally because a lot of men crave the emotional.
You can always find a McDonald's, but you can't really get a 5-star course very easy, can you? No, you cannot. You got to work for it. You got to make a reservation. You got to find the spot. You got to have the money to buy it. You got to dress the part. But you can find a McDonald's any corner.
Yeah.
Nobody values a McDonald's. Don't be a McDonald's. That's really the moral of this story.
Don't be a McDonald's.
Don't be a McDonald's.
We're going to have to print on a shirt. Don't be a McDonald's.
Don't be a McDonald's. You be a 5-star Michelin rated meal, baby. Yep. That's what you need to be, a French laundry meal.
Yep.
If you don't know what that is, go look it up and see how much it costs. Because that should be you. No, but truly, that's the thing. I know it's, again, been going around, but highly recommend all of you to go research it, look at there's a lot of stuff out there.
Also just take a look internally.
Yes. No.
Ladies, never ask a man we should never be feeling in that position. And if we are in that position, get out. It is not the right situation for you because you should know where you stand. The right man will make sure you feel secure and know where you stand.
Yes, always.
And the wrong man will have you confused.
Yep.
And I know you hear people saying this all the time, but it is so fucking true.
It is.
The right man will never leave you feeling confused.
No. Because again, masculine energy pursues. They like making people feel safe and secure and wanted and desired. They like to earn. If it's not happening, if he's making you question, there's confusion, run.
Yeah.
He don't want you.
He don't want you.
It sucks. But you know what? Then is what it is.
Man. It wasn't going to be good anyway.
It wasn't going to go anywhere. Even if it did go somewhere, what was your relationship going to be like? What would be the end result? Probably more heartache.
Yeah.
It sucks. It sucks to hear.
We got to use the brain more than the heart, honestly.
Oh, yeah. Ladies. Yeah, we got to use our brains more than our heart.
Or eyes.
Or eyes.
Sometimes, I know sometimes it's hard when they're attractive, but looks fade.
Very true.
So I'm going to let you guys know how my Hinge goes. Obviously, I have not met up with anybody.
Yes.
It's been 2 days. But we're switching it up, and then I'm going to do a world tour. Yeah. I need to let you guys know.
We're going to let you know.
Where the best men are.
Where the best men are. So far, Seattle and San Diego are pretty good.
Seattle was better than San Diego.
Yeah. We also tried
We tried the bay for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, we were in the bay for 5 minutes, and we're like, no, this isn't it.
This isn't it. But
so
maybe I'll circle back.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do everywhere but where I live.
Yeah, we already know.
We already know. So if you have any suggestions of where I should world tour or where I should locate next, I feel like I'm traveling without traveling. It's very fun. I don't know why I didn't do this sooner.
Save so much money.
I get to see the scene in every place.
All from the comfort of your own home.
From my couch.
Well, everyone, we know we gave you a lot, but we love to hear everyone's thoughts. Tell us what you think, as always, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We know there's going to be a lot of people that have a lot to say about this. We have the men. We got.
You know what? I'm going to tell you guys something. We don't care.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at you right. We don't care.
We don't care.
I think people think they can be like keyboard warriors and just like say shit to us, and then we're gonna be sitting at home and be like, "Why did we start a podcast?"
Yeah,
or be like crying. It's like, really, I'm at home.
We're laughing about it, to be honest.
Eating, smiling.
Yeah, we think it's hilarious. Like, so keep doing what you're doing.
None of your words can really affect me. So.
Yeah, no, I've hurt myself more than anyone ever could. So it's fine.
So keep the trolling going.
Yeah,
we don't care.
Keep the trolling going. Really don't care. If anything, we appreciate the comments. We appreciate the engagement. Keep blowing us up. All right, y'all. Thank you for listening in for another episode. We hope everyone had a great Valentine's Day, celebrating whatever type of love is in your life. Yes. And we will see you all back here next week.
See y'all. Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye.